All right, so I went into work this morning and a couple of the guys were talking about how something had happened last night and that there were people had come in and broken into some cars. And so I went out and looked because everyone said to check all your vehicles, and I was storing my grandpa's truck at work. So I went out to check on it and it was gone. So we went and looked at all the video footage from the cameras at work, and we found that two kids had stolen the truck. All right, so here's that video of the kids stealing the truck. As you can see, it was behind a locked gate, and they're about to figure that out. But after trying the gate and not being able to get it open, they went around back. There's a really steep hill back there. They tried driving the truck up that hill, but it's two-wheel drive. There's no way it was going up it. And so then they eventually hopped it over the curb straight behind where they're parked right now because there's no fence over there. And then they drove it through the grass and out onto the street. So it was a 16 and 15-year-old kid. Supposedly they had escaped from a center for troubled youth nearby. And so yeah, they just had nothing better to do. You can tell they weren't in any hurry. They were just out going through cars, and they happened to find mine with the keys in the glove box because, you know, it was behind a locked gate. I wasn't too worried, didn't think anybody would steal it, but then they did. So yeah. So luckily within a few days, the police had recovered it. I think the kids abandoned it in a town not too far from where I live. So the following is footage of that, and then you guys will see what happens after I got it back. So we're on our way to pick up my grandpa's truck right now from the police department in a town about 30 minutes away from where I live. I have no idea what to expect. They said the truck is probably not drivable. They thought there was transmission fluid under it. I'm hoping it's just power steering fluid because I had a power steering leak, but who knows? I mean, it's a diesel truck. The kids who stole it could have put gas in it, thinking that it was a gas truck, and when they ran out of fuel, they put gas in it. They could have wrecked it. It could be in any sort of condition. I have no idea. We'll just have to wait until we get there and see, but I went ahead and brought the trailer just to be sure, in case it's not drivable. Either way, I'm probably just going to load it up on the trailer and tow it home, but we found it. We're going to get it, so I'll see you guys when we get there. That's new. But other than that one dent, it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. But the gas, or the fuel tank, does smell suspiciously like gas, so I don't know. Might try to start it. The batteries are dead right now, but either way, we'll get it on the trailer and get it home. Okay, so we got the OBS inside. I've got a new starter for it, so we're gonna see about putting that in and see if it'll start. New starter. But as you can see, this old starter was just completely ripped off. Here's one of the wires. And the two studs are broken off in the block. So yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure how it would have just gotten ripped out if somebody took a pry bar to it. You'd think if somebody was trying to steal it, they would have unbolted it and not broken it, but I don't know. Either way, hopefully those two bolts will come right out, and then we can throw the new starter in, fix the wires, get it connected, and see if it'll turn over. There may be gas in the fuel tank, which wouldn't be good because it's a diesel, but we will see once we get the starter on.
12 seconds later.
All right, both bolts came out very easily. So now I just got to find 2 new bolts to use in their spot, and we can throw the starter in.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, the starter is in, so now it's the moment of truth. We will see if it starts.
It sounds like the starter's real tight. Wonder if it did come with shims.
Okay, we found the source of the transmission fluid. This line's got a little hole in it, so I'm just gonna take some rubber hose, slide it over the hole, clamp it on both sides, and should be able to drive it. All right, we got the truck running and driving, so I'm super happy about that. I was really worried that something was gonna be catastrophically wrong with the engine and it'd be basically a big paperweight, but it runs, it drives, reverse is not working, so I'll have to figure that out, and there's a few other odds and ends that are gonna need fixed on it. Some damage that happened when it was stolen, but at least it's running and I can drive it around now if I need to. So the truck's running and driving. It's got a little bit of cosmetic damage, nothing that I can't fix, and then the transmission reverse is completely gone out of it, so that doesn't work. Luckily, it's just a Turbo 400, not a very expensive transmission. I could pick one up for about 400 bucks, slap it in, and it'll be good to drive around again. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it sucks. I had to spend money on a starter. I'm gonna have to buy a new transmission, but at the end of the day, at least I got the truck back, and I'm not mad. You know, it's just a couple kids being dumb. That's what kids do. Yes, they need to be punished and learn their lesson, but I just hope that they will use this and learn from it and hopefully turn their lives around, because I hate to see troubled kids who are just stuck in a cycle of getting in trouble. But the truck's back. We're going to be restoring it hopefully in the near future, so if you guys want to see that content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and until then, we'll see you on the next one.